Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Zatima Season 2, Episode 9, The Dinner Diagnosis. And I would like to apologize for any background noise you may hear. Yeah, so, just said this episode was a lot. So, y'all already know, after Zach went outside to catch a breather and Deja approached him and, well, not approached, but y'all already know, this is Zach, this is Deja, so she said what she had to say. So basically, after that conversation, and Zach found out that she's going to get a lawyer to sue both her and Fatima. And Zach was like, you need to just let this go. So eventually she went inside. And as he was about to come inside, he sees a car pull up to his I would say front yard, even though alongside where the driveway is. And it's a nice car. He get out. He was like, hi, I'm Jackson Reed. And he was like, I'm Zach. Because he was like, what up? And he said he's a friend of Angela's. And so Zach was like, she's inside. So they started talking about how nice each other's car was. And Dr. Reed told him that his is electric and it goes pretty fast. He was like, maybe one day you could take a test drive. Zach was like, nah, I'm good. Like, you don't trust too many people. That's right. Yeah, you get it. So after that day, whatever, Dr. Reed asked to go inside and he was like, after you. So Zach went to open the door and let him in. And while they're coming inside, Angela, Bryce, and Fatima are having a little chit-chat, whatever. Bryce is super, I wouldn't say drunk, but just drunk like got a booger, but Bryce is super going through with the liquor. Like, he can't hold it for nothing. He got stuff said. So they walk in, and Zach was like, Angela, your friend's here. And Bryce had said something, and Angela was like, listen, I'm going to go eat. She grabbed her glass and was like, ugh. Like, she is so annoyed and fed up with Bryce at this moment. Like, anything would set her over the top just by, whatever. So they get to the table, and Bryce says something. Angela was like, no, Fatima was like, so, mind you, they walked to the table. Zach held Fatima back and was like, listen, he said something to like, I don't like what's going on, something like that, in my words that I remember, but whatever. Fatima was like, listen, let's just get through this and you help me set the table. So eventually everybody gets to their seats or whatever. And at this time, you got Dr. Reed and Fatima sitting on one side. You got Zach sitting at the head, and then you got Bryce and Angela on the other side. So everybody just taking it back and just, enjoying their food. Pot roast looked at their face and like, oh my God, to the screen, I can just grab some. And they got some wine. So they just wanted to talk about what was going on. Angela blurted out everything like, listen, Bryce, Fatima told me that you tried to kiss her nigga. And Bryce kind of felt like out of place and embarrassed. And she was like, are you gay? He was like, listen, I'm into a lot of things. I like plus size women. They're my fetish. That really turns her off. She also said I like men and women. I like to do a lot of things. I'm very experienced, and I was hoping. Hold on. Sorry about that. And Bryce was basically insinuating like, what happened between Zach and Bryce is like, Zach was giving off genuine friendly vibes, and Bryce kind of mistook it for a little bit more than necessary. So after Bryce said what he had to say, and Zach was like, so at what point did I tell you that, that I want to get down with this type of, situation you got going down? He was like, listen, what I said was, I wish I could take your brain and put it in Fatima's body. Like, you kind of misconstrued everything that was going on and whatever. So they said they pieced back and forth, whatever the case may be. Fatima basically just like, because Zach picked up on the energy. He read the energy really, really hard, and he read the room like, yeah, this is funny. So he was like, Sorry about that. So, after Zach was like, what's going on? Fatima was trying to she put her 2 cents. It was like, listen, I'm just trying to help you. And she finally told him, like, listen, I already knew that if I would have told you about the therapist, you wouldn't want to go. And she basically told him, like, listen, this is Dr. Reed. He's not a friend of Angela. He's here to help men out. And basically, Fatima basically just trying to throw Zach on the bus and saying that it's all about him. Like, she don't need no work to be done on herself. So after everybody said their piece, Dr. Reed finally interjected and, gave a diagnosis of what was really going on. He was like, listen, I understand like what you like and stuff like that for Bryce. Angela, I'm going backwards though. But Angela, you have some hurt and trauma that you dealt with in your past. And you try to make up for it with the hair, the fashion, and the type of men you like. And Zach, you have like he has abandonment issues, which we can definitely tell from his parents. He don't know who his father is, and he basically picked up on a bonded connection through his friends, and he kind of felt sorry that Zach is just looking for somebody to love him in the male figure sense, and Bryce kind of mistook his gratitude and kindness as something more, which is not the case. And yeah, it's just a lot of work. And Fatima was trying to, say like she just trying to help, but Fatima was like, I take a long time to process things and stuff. That basically Dr. Reed said for all of them, y'all all talking, but nobody is listening, which is true. They do a lot of this instead of a lot of this, listening with the ears to kind of see, okay, what can I do to help move the process along, opposed to attack, or always something negative. So once that got done with, Zach said something, and Fatima was like, you should let him finish talking. And Dr. Reed was like, if that's everything that's on the mind, or whatever case it be, I'm done talking. I'm about to leave. So good night. So he leaves. Then both Angela said some more stuff because Bryce was hoping that the four of them would get into that relationship, and bro, Fatima and Zach was on one accord. I love when they on one accord, even though they mad or whatever they each other, they on one accord. They were like, listen, we don't do that. We do it to each other, but even right now, we ain't doing that. So that's a no-go. Deuces. So Angela and Bryce leave. So now after this, Fatima and Zach done cleaned up or whatever. Zach is on the couch. Fatima's cleaning up the kitchen, and he gets a phone call while on the couch. It's from Tony. Tony wants them to go play ball, and Zach was like, "Is Nathan gonna be there?" He was like, "Yeah, that's why I said us." And he was like, "Yeah, whatever." So I guess after Fatima finished cleaning up the counter, she ended up getting the trash and going to walk out the door. And Zach was like, "Listen, you could have just asked me to take the trash out." And she was like, "Listen, I don't want to argue with you," because he was like, "Listen, no argument. All you had to do is ask." And she's like, "That's what I'm doing." And then Zach was like, "Listen, I do not want to argue." And she was like, "Yeah, exactly." So she walked out the house and takes the trash out. While she's there, she calls Angela and like, listen, let her know that, she's there with Bryce and they're talking now. So she was like, so let me know when you're done. And Angela was like, okay. So now we go to Angela's house. Her and Bryce talk again. Basically, Bryce, he wants her and then some. And basically, Angela was like, listen, you're not about to have your cake and eat it too. I felt some type of way when you said I was your fetish. And Bryce was trying to tell her, like, listen, I didn't mean it that way. And she asked for her key back. He gave her a key back and he ended up leaving. That was that. So Zach goes to get dressed and come downstairs. Fatima's still down there, and he was like, he's so over the whole situation, but Fatima wanted to talk about it. He was like, listen, can I go play ball? Then she told him that the mom and dad wants them to come over for dinner tomorrow. And and, you know, talk it out. He was like, so why? So I could get grilled like, oh, dude, this, did. She was like, yeah. But he was like, can I go play ball? Can I go play ball? She was like, yeah. So by this time, he goes to the courts to play ball with Tony and Nathan. And, you know, they play one game or whatever. Eventually, you know, Nathan got to always bring up something that's in his past, Connie. He was like, so what would you do if Connie was to come to your house or whatever? He was like, listen, I can't do this right now. So he ended up getting his stuff and leaving. By this time, Fatima's already in bed after she done called back Angela. And so they both said their piece about their dues, that Zach left, Bryce left, and all that other stuff. So they both got ready for bed. By this time, Zach comes home, sweaty and all. He didn't even change his clothes. He about to get into bed, and Fatima was like, what are you doing? Ain't you gonna get in the shower? He was like, listen, hold up, go come do your thing. She was like, listen, I'm not about to police your behind right about now. And then next thing you know, as he took off his shirt, there's some loud knocking at the door. And then Fatima was like, I'm about to go get up and get the door. Zach was like, oh, hold up. Let me go get the door. Like, listen. He's like, you do not know how to let a man be a man. And he was like, she said something smart underneath her mouth. And he was like, yeah, that's exactly, because when you had a flat tire, you didn't call your man. When you tried the trash out, you didn't call me to do it. It was like, you just don't, you know how to let a man be a man because you've been single for so long. So after that, they both talk back and forth and knock and just continue. Eventually, Fatima was like, listen, I'm going to go get the door. And Zach ran right behind. So they walking down the stairs next to her. You know, she was like, who is it? And Zach was like, listen, ain't nobody going to open the door like that. What you say? She was like, listen, who is it? He's like, you hear the bass of my voice? Yeah. See, ain't nobody going to answer the door for you either. So next thing you know, the knock still continue. Open the door. And we come to find out it was Jeremiah. And Jeremiah was like, listen, get your mother. You gotta go take care of your mother. Next thing you know, she comes in the door, bruised up and everything, falls to the ground. Jeremiah, he is like so rude. And I'm sad that he has him for a daggone sibling. Like, bro, you don't have no respect, no coof about it, nothing, yourself, the well-being of your siblings. Like, oh, you just like a nasty person. And that's sad to say, even though this is a show, but he just rubs me all the wrong way. Like, ugh. So, you know, both Zach and Fatima tried to take the mom up. But yeah, that episode was crazy. Yeah, I can't believe it. We're almost on this last episode. You know, I kind of feel bad because I really wish these episodes were like longer, like Sisters and all the other Tyler Perry shows, minus like Assisted Living and House of Pain, those type. But like this is more like, I wish they was all an hour long, because like, why are we always getting 30 minutes or less for an episode? Like, come on now. Y'all could have at least made a little bit more episodes, a little bit longer episodes than season 1. Like, come on now. Why we gotta get 10? Like, come on now. Come on. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. Y'all stay tuned for the next one. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.